Hello everyone, author DL Tiller here, the Mistress of Horror, and welcome back to my channel and my live streams. As you know, I stream every Sunday and Tuesday, unless the schedule does not allow, but usually I'm here. I stream for roughly around 2 hours. We usually get about 30 minute sprints and 4 minute breaks in between. As long as we follow that schedule, that's usually how many sprints we get in. I usually don't like to get under three when they're 30 minutes. If we do 45 minutes ever, then it's usually two of those. So I'm usually here from 6 to 8 on Tuesday and Sunday. So it's good to see you tonight. I need to get some writing done. I am wrapping up Trapped Within. Yeah, I'm still cleaning that up a little bit because my schedule has not been allowing me to do much writing. However, I did manage to get Ladrega's ebook prepared for launch, and it is up for pre-order as of 2 days ago. And this is the cover for Ladrega. Technically, this would be the cover reveal in this time setting. I Only way you would have seen this cover is if you were subscribed to my newsletter already and you picked Ladrega as your newsletter magnet. Your free book, short story, however you as the thing you got for free for joining my newsletter. So this is one of the somewhat official cover reveals. Also, I did do a book trailer for Ladrega. If you check my shorts list of videos, then you'll see that I uploaded that, I think the other day. So far, I think it's gotten some interest, apparently. And I also got a few pre-orders in for Ladrega, which I'm really happy about because it's really hard to get um, pre-orders for your books. But it actually did get bumped up in the list. So some of the top books, because it's also on Kindle Unlimited. So if you have Kindle Unlimited, you'll be able to technically get it for free, though I get paid by page read. So if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can get this for free. But heck, even if you don't, it's only a 99-cent ebook. So do check it out. It's an awesome read for Halloween. Very scary, gory, have all the goodies for this one. I'm very much like this story because it is also in the Caliostro mythos, which is my main trilogy series, and most of all my short horror and or dark fantasy novels so far have been based in Caliostro's world. So if you haven't read Ladrega, then of course you do want to grab a copy of it. It's not a super long read. It is only probably about 22 pages for the ebook. So it is supposed to be a short tale. You'll get to meet Maverick, who is a bounty hunter of sorts, catching bad guys, but then he comes of the age that his true nature comes out. So, yes, it's a very interesting story, and he is one of the type of creatures in the Cagliostro world. So, think along the lines of a werewolf like Kingthorpe, but in my world for Cagliostro, the usual name would be Lycrans, and he is a mixture of a Lycran and a person who was possessed by a Daggeroo worm, which makes them a Daggeroo slave. That is something that happens in the Cagliostro world. The people who have read Cagliostro would probably be somewhat touched on this subject, but in Ladrega, you get to hear a little bit more about that. It's a very particular creature, a fusion of these two creatures that I made up. Though the werewolf thing isn't made up, my Lycrans are a different version of a werewolf. So with the Ladrega, though, it is a mixture of the other creature that I made up completely, which is the Daggeroo worm, which is a 6-foot-inch slimy style creature that has mostly nothing but teeth in its mouth, and it tends to live on the other side of the veil where most supernatural beings live, but it does and can transverse into the mortal world, and it likes to eat human souls. And if it gets you while you are a living human with possession, then it tends to change you. If you somehow do survive a daggeroo worm attack from its possession and live, and then you become a daggeroo a daggeroo slave that recovered, but it changes you internally. Hence, the character in this story, Mother, was a daggeroo slave, and his father is a Lycran. So, hence, he didn't know he was going to become this thing, but he is this thing, the Ladrega. So, anyway, check out Ladrega if you are inclined to horror and get yourself a good scare for Halloween. It releases on Halloween Day. One other thing I wanted to talk about before I move into the first sprint is my own reading challenge of sorts. It is the Howls and Haunts and Autumn Werewolf Challenge. I have 2 co-hosts for this event. Aphrodite Lee, who is in the chat. Hey, Aphrodite. Thanks for pre-ordering. And so has one of my friends. Cool. But yeah, so this is a fun challenge. I really like werewolves. Some people do, some people don't. Some people are not interested in them. I am very interested in werewolves, have always been, just similar as I am interested in vampires. So I decided to get more eyes on werewolves to do this Howl and Haunts and Autumn Werewolf Challenge. In this challenge particularly, we have 10 prompts. I did release the video came out earlier today. This is the cover you might see, but this is the secondary cover. But so you have 10 prompts. It's mostly a reading challenge, but I think there is a movie prompt and there is a crafty based prompt at the end of number 10 being the prompt with the crafting part. But do go check out the video on my channel about the announcement for this. You'll see videos coming from myself and my co-hosts coming up at probably near the end of this month into the first week of November. We're supposed to put our videos up on the 1st of November. And that would be letting you know that we're doing the challenge, possibly what we plan to read for the challenge and possibly do for the challenge. It's up to the hosts. Rather, they decide to do individual videos throughout November, or they just do a wrap-up video, what they did end up reading and completing. Even though there are 10 prompts, it is kind of laid back. You don't have to do all 10 if you don't have time to. So don't feel pressure. You're supposed to have fun. So anyway, if you're interested in doing the Howl Haunts Autumn Challenge for November, then by all means, check out the video. The prompts are in the description box for that video, so you can know what you're getting into. Should be a good werewolf fun time. So anyway, and when I come back, we'll talk about the other things I wanted to chat about. But let's go ahead and get the first stream timer up here. Let's see what I wanted to go with today, because I don't know which I want to start with. Probably one of the creepy ones, clearly, but let's see which one I want to pick. Oh, and I did. Regina St. Clair had put up a new video for her channel because she's about to hit 5,000 subscribers, which I think she's right at the cusp of that, probably a few people off. And she's doing a giveaway. And the video also talks about her Vamptember wrap up, which I didn't get to do Vamptember this year, which is sad. I didn't have enough time to, because I had a move that was supposed to happen, but it got delayed. So that's fun. But yeah, check out her video. I will show you the link and stuff when I come back for sure. So let me get my timers going so we can get the first sprint running through. And this phone keeps vibrating. It's so annoying. Let's see here. All right, let's go with the ending in the beginning in the dark timer. Let's add that. Aphrodite said, I have an idea of what I will be doing. Cool. Yeah, let me know what you're working on if you do pop in on here. I'm, again, working on Trapped Within. So. Oh, okay. I mean, the way that was explained for the Freaky Friday thing, they didn't really say they was going to send out like an email to say rather you guys have to be read. I know you have to be accepted to be read on the channel and then accepted to be in the anthology. I don't think that was too clear, so I was unsure. So you know how those things can be. Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's get this timer up here. Boop. Alrighty. All right. Got 30 minutes. You can work on whatever you're working on. You're just hanging. And I will see you in 30. Happy writing. And that's time, everyone. Time for a little chat. Let me know how you did, if you were writing or not. I am still doing like placement because I just trapped with that. I just gotta, you know, when you step away so long, I had to do the whole reread, which I did last time. And now I'm just like, okay, I want to be sure about how I want the ending. I did the outline way back when, so I'm just going back over the outline to make sure that's the same way I still want to go with. But anyway, I'll be writing more words the next sprint. So I did leave off talking about. Oh, and make sure you put in the chat if you did well, how'd you do, what numbers you got, if you got anything, and I'll read your comment. Or if you have anything else to say, I'll make sure I read that. So I did notice a few people popped in. I did say hi, but I still like to say hi live. Hi, Regina. That's Regina, who I just mentioned at the early part of the stream about her video that went up today about hitting 5K. So say congratulations to her. She's right at the cusp of hitting 5K on her channel. And she's doing a giveaway, so you'll want to check that out. Actually, I'll screen share that because I have it up. I'll screen share that because I have it up. Hold on a second. There it is. Share. So Regina is doing a giveaway. Let me pause it. She is doing a giveaway right now on her channel, so you'll want to go over there and check it out. You can see the name. I will drop her link for this video in the chat. Let me do that for everybody who wants to check it out. Make sure you save it. Let me put what it is. So so yeah, be sure to check that out. There's the link for you. So make sure you do that and grab the link before the end of the streams because it doesn't save the chat always, so you don't want to miss that. And if you're not subscribed to Regina, I'm sure everybody here is, but if you're not, then you know to go subscribe. She's trying to hit that 5K, which I'm sure she's only just a few dots off. You know how YouTube works. So also in other news, again, if you missed the beginning of the chat, I talked about my Howl and Hunt, an autumn werewolf challenge that starts in November. If you want to find out more about that, just go to the video that I put up today here on my channel. So just go to videos and look up my newest video, which is this one here. This is usually the thumbnail you'll see, but you could also see this thumbnail as well. It's 10 prompts, so check it out. If you're interested in werewolf stuff, you get to follow the prompts. There's certain things on the prompts, like read certain books. There is a movie prompt and there is a craft prompt. So do check that out. Again, Ladrega is over on Amazon for pre-order. It comes out on Halloween Day if you want to read something super scary and a little bit of gory. And I will be on Atomic Olive's channel on the 25th at noon. If you want to hear about my author interview with Tom McAuliffe on his channel. And I think I shared the link before, but let's just let me go and double that because let me see. Because I had it last time, but let me see. Blah, blah, blah. I try to keep with all these links, I swear. But we talked about like horror stuff and some of the stuff I have coming up. It was a pretty relaxed and laid back type of interview, which I really enjoy those types. Let me grab this. Let me grab the link. I don't know why let me look here because I am not spelling right. There we go. Let's see here. And Tom hasn't started channels long. He's been playing on YouTube, though, to be clear. So that is, I believe it's a set video. I'm trying to get the right one. I'm not sure which one it's under. I try to remember. What B sets it. It's not as alive is. Don't. I cannot ever remember if it's how to get it off his channel. But anyway, I will share it in the description because I cannot find it anyway. But I'll share the link in the description. So if you want to check it out, I'll talk about it. I'll post the link also on my story in my community post. So check there if you want to hear in on that particular one. And again, I need to I really need to work on getting this Trapped Within done. It's not coming out this year like I originally planned. Neither is my horror anthology, unfortunately. The way stuff went this year, much as I wanted to, it wasn't going to happen because stuff out of my control. As if you follow my channel, then you already know what those things are. But yeah, anyway. See, Jocelyn said increasing my word count. And let's see. After that, I took the weekend off to finish working on my personalized Monopoly game. I needed to do something fun. Plus, I want it done in time for Yule so that me and the kids can play. Oh, that's always fun. Okay. Of course, Regina. So yeah, it's hard to try to find all the time to write with, working full-time business and homeschool mom and stuff. I'm not gonna lie, it is it is hard to find time for that. You know what I mean? It is. So, but I'm doing the best I can with that. Trying to run my channel. Plus, I'm a social media manager for Trauma City Filmmakers. So, even though I have lightened my load, especially since being sick for that little bit extent, that I have learned to try to slow myself down a little bit in that. So, I'm doing better with that because I really wasn't taking care of myself mentally and physically in a lot of cases because of just bombarding myself down with stuff. So now I do say no to things. I do think about if I'm really tired, if I have a headache, if I need to sleep, then I try to let that take the lead over. Even if I want to do something, I figure I can always do it later. So yeah. But trying to find time to write is not the easiest thing, and I want to get better at it because I do want to be full time at some point. But that won't happen until I see a income that is suitable for living my lifestyle or taking care of my family. So I don't know when I'll be able to become a full time writer. I'm working towards that, but it is a hard pressed thing to be able to do, especially in our current world climate. Taking chances on things is not the best time to be doing that, to be honest. So I will continue to work my full time business and businesses until I can see something coming of my writing that is sustainable. So I just have to make the schedule to what it is. And if something happens, it does happen. And there's nothing I can do about what others do that may cause that to mess up my schedule. So the things that I plan to release this year will be coming out next year. And that will be because they are done. It's just that you have to have the funds for editing and things like that, formatting covers. Thank goodness I can make my own covers in the most case for most of my stuff. And I have Aphrodite who, since we have skills, we can help each other, and she's great at formatting. But my editors still cost what they cost, and it is costly in a lot of cases. So there is that. But yeah, so Trapped Within, which is the sequel to Room Within, will be coming out in 26. And that series, if you've been here at my lives, heard that it's a 6-part series. So that is part 2. And 3 of the books are Daniel, and 3 of the books are Delata. So Delata being the villain that's currently in the book, and Daniel being the unfortunate first victim of hers. So that being said, that's where that lies. And then I have the anthology that I am writing for Beyond the Veil horror anthology that I wanted to release this year that will be now happening in 2026 as well. And my romance stuff. Now I'm leaning going towards my erotica and romance works. My two pen names based around that stuff. My romance, predominantly romance name will be Allure D Black, and my erotica based leaning name will be Lavinia Hart. So my more flame stuff will be under Lavinia Hart, and my mid-level to lower level romance, as far as like the flames, will be under Allure D Black, which will be up on my website soon enough. I have to edit that and add that to that, since next year is the year that some of that stuff is getting introduced to the public. So looking forward to that, because I think somewhere in my head, I know in the romance genre, I probably could flourish as well and possibly have a decent income coming in from that, because romance is where a lot of the funds are in books, especially for indies. So I'm looking forward to entering that, because I love romance. It's like one of my favorite genres. It's literally the only type of romance is what I watch when I watch shows mostly, and besides horror, which is funny, but that's kind of like where I lean. Yeah, of course, Regina, you're welcome, always. And after I say, yeah, it's very hard to be a full time writer, whether you're making money or not. I'm retired, so writing is my FTJ, but I can't live on it yet. Yeah, I feel that. Yes, editors are quite costly. They are. Uh, and I don't feel comfortable putting work out that I haven't had professionally edited by someone else, even though I'm, of course, gotten better in my writing journey, that my self editing is pretty good and my stuff is pretty clean at that point. But I still definitely use a professional editor. I have two editors, three sometimes. I have two that I use predominantly for my fantasy and my dark fantasy and my horror. So I I won't put stuff unless it's been professionally edited. So by someone other than myself. I don't do that. So that takes funds. If I can't pay for it at time because something happened, then I will not put the works out. That's just me. But that's just how I am. So of course I need to give them a heads up. So hey Carrie, how you doing? Yeah, 2026 looks like a big release year. I'm planning two next year as well. Yeah, it is. It's going to be, because a lot of stuff just could not go down this year because a lot of things happened. I mean, I'm hoping for a better year next year. To me, I'm not find enough months for me to release everything. Because I'm releasing Ladriga for Halloween, so I wanted to release something, and Ladriga isn't really, you can't get it unless you buy Caliostro or was a subscriber to my newsletter. So now anyone can purchase it and or read it on Kindle Unlimited on Halloween starting. But that means I have Trapped Within coming out next year. I have the horror anthology coming out. I have quite a few of my romances. I'm trying to finish at least 2 or 3 of those and release them. I am in the Lore Divine anthology, which has 2 of my short erotica stories in there. So it kind of introduced me to the public in that way. I tend to get introduced through anthologies, it seems. I did enter a competition, the Freaky Friday competition by Kaufman, and still going to be waiting to see if I get picked. It's a short horror, a flash, because that was the word count, and that one's called The Scraping. So maybe that will come out this year in that anthology. We shall see. I was recently in Regina St. Clair's Bookworms issue, not the most recent one, but the summer issue. Unfortunately, I missed the later year issue for Halloween. I'm so sad I did miss that. Too much craziness going on that I forgot to check the dates. But I was in the summer issue with one of my short horror tales, which I'm very proud of that one. I really enjoyed it because it was more cryptide, which isn't something I usually write too often for that type of horror. But that did actually come out, and I was proud of that one. So I probably will release it in the future, once it's not under contract anymore, and maybe in a compilation with some of my Flash stuff or whatever the case is, in a little collection or something. But yeah, I have quite a few things planned for next year, so looking forward to 26 being a publishing year. The erotic anthology comes in next year. I know, that's why I said I'm looking to be introduced for my erotica and romance next year through that erotic anthology. But yeah, all right, guys. So let's start another sprint. Let me see. Let me stop sharing that one, and let's get another 30-minute sprint going here. I always like my blood over the lake one, and I'm going to probably make me some werewolf ones, very specific werewolf timers for the month of November for celebrating the obviously Howl and Haunts challenge that I'm doing. So I look forward to those timers that I've been working on those quite a bit. Let me see. Screen share. Let's see here. Blood over the lake. Boop. Alrighty. All right. So if you are writing, working on anything, let's go ahead and jump into the next 30-minute sprint and get some work done, some more work done since we did one already. If I have time, I will do a third sprint before the end. If we don't have a full 30, we can do at least a 20-minute cool down. So that will be my goal too. Because if I can get all 330 fulls, then I will. But let's see what we can do. Alrighty, happy writing, and see you in 30. that's time, everyone, for that sprint. And I'm going to be real quick with this chat because we need to get out last 30-minute in. And I don't want to go over time too long because I'm already pressed for time with my StreamYard account. Because, yeah. All right. So, how did you do? If you're writing anything, I wrote about 345 words for that sprint or track within. Working on the logistics of this ending. Oh, hey, lady, that'd be my mom popping in. Let's see here. Let me get the next timer ready so we can pop back into that real quick. I'm just only talk until we get to 7:30, which is 2 minutes. So I'm gonna use this creepy one here. That'll do. All right, so let's prepare that. All right. Before we go back to this writing, I did want to mention Dale's Kickstarter one last time before it ends, which isn't until it still has about 6 days left. But by the time I do stream on Tuesday, but I wanted to mention just in case you want to catch it if you haven't backed it, if you're interested, if you are a writer and you need to know all the things. Dale is the guy to go to, and him doing this Kickstarter is a chef's kiss, really. There's a lot of rewards on his Kickstarter. I will share the link in the chat real quick for anybody who hasn't gotten it yet, who has so happened to have been here. My other streams, when I did mention it, I did post it on my community post as well. Let me grab the link real quick and share it. You funny. Who are you writing? Like, for stop. There's Dale's Kickstarter. If you want to just check it out, he's doing really well. But we almost hit like the third stretch goal. I think that would be cool if we make it to that. But we did make it to the second stretch goal, which is really cool in there. Of course, I backed it because I've been following Dale for quite so many years and really helped me on my writing journey. So if you want all the information about Dale, make sure that you check out his channels. He's self-publishing with Dale. Plus, he has another channel as well. Usually you can get to those through there. But check him out. If you're here, you more likely know who Dale is. But just want to mention his Kickstarter again since it's ending in a couple of days. So make sure you jump in on that. All right, so let's go get ready for the next sprint. Again, if you want to share how you did on that sprint, let me know in the chat. Advertise. So just playing around, trying hard not to do actual work. Yes, right. And Jocelyn got 146 words. Good job. Well, I wrote 20 words. You funny. All right. Let me go ahead. Yeah, it is progress. Don't pay her no mind. She probably writing in her like a list to do or something. She doesn't write stories. Not that that's relevant. If you want to write with us on here, you don't have to be writing a story. You be editing. You could be working on your plans for the week or whatever the case. So that probably would be what she's working on. Probably like making a list of stuff to clean. Knowing her anyway. All right, let me get the next sprint up here. Let me move this and get this up here. All right, so I will see you in 30 minutes. Happy writing. Hope you get some more work done. I'll see you then. And that is time, everyone. Enough time to close out because we are at 8 o'clock. We are. Let me know how you did in the chat if you were writing. Giles, I got distracted, but added 36 additional words. Getting distracted is fine, happens, and 36 words is 36 words closer to where you need to be. Good night, lady. So I added probably like another. I had to eat my dinner because I was eating dinner late, so I had to get in before 8 o'clock. I did manage to get in about 150 words. I'm just at a dilemma of something particular in the story that I need to work out the logistics of. Even though that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the ending, it is a plot that needs to be wrapped up in trapped within in order for it to progress to the third book. So that's where I am right now with that. I will figure that out soon. I'm kind of working out in my head, making notes of it now and within the outline. So we shall see how that goes. And Aphrodite said, okay, so I cheated on my downtime and set up my next for YouTube scripts since I have to film them soon. So yeah, I did some work. Yeah, figures. It's all the time to move around. Dinner sounds like a good idea. Yeah. Yep. I did go do my dinner, move around a little bit, but back here to close out. I will be back on Tuesday for the next sprint. I don't remember what the renew date for this month is for StreamYard, whether you your time or your time. But usually it's like the last Sunday or something like that. So I have to see what my time availability is. I'll stream Tuesday, and maybe if I have to cut my time, I will. If I have to cut it to an hour, I will. That means I'll just do 2 sprints instead of 3. And but I'll let you guys know when Tuesday rolls around here. Anyway, I will be here Tuesday, nonetheless, for more writing. Hoping to get Trapped Within done before the end of the month. That is my goal. I'm focusing on that. And then back to Caliostro Book 2 to get that done. I think Caliostro is a little simpler for me because it just is with the way the outline stuff works. So I'll pop in back into that after I get Trapped Within wrapped up with the voyage draft, and then that's what I'll be working on. After I'm not sure if I'm going to stream on Thursday, but I will try. Okay, well, let's see what happens. You know. Yeah, they are being a bully. They got their time pressed for the thing. So if I have to split my time, I will let you all know anyway. But again, be sure to, if you want to support me, pick up Ledrega. It is available on Kindle Unlimited if you have that, and only 99 cents to get the book and purchase it. And if you want to be a part of the challenge, then you can. If you watch the video, I do talk about if you do decide to do it, hashtag Howl and Haunts. I think I had it hashtag Howl and Haunts Autumn Challenge. I think that is the hashtag that I'm going with. Or if you hashtag Howl and Haunts, that works out as well. But yeah. Oh, thanks, Aphrodite. I appreciate that. Hello, Sinister. I'm about to close out here, but if you want to catch my next sprint, my writing stream, it is on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Direct Time. That is, I always stream on Tuesdays and Sunday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern Direct. But yeah, check out the channel if you missed any of my current upcoming stuff. This Howl and Haunts that I'm hosting, it starts November 1st again and runs through the whole month of November. And if you like werewolves like I do, then this is the challenge for you. Go check out the video on my channel, and I explain all the prompts and everything to you. And the description has all the prompts, so if you need to copy and paste them or anything like that. So I will see you all on Tuesday for more writing and such. And yeah, good night and stay scared.